Well, this is Adrie Beulens. Good afternoon to all of you. I have been allotted something like 5 minutes to briefly inform you about the architecture. My role in the whole of the project is, along with Andreas Metzger and Timon Veenstra, to be the architect, one of the architects of the whole project. And as being told by Jacques, we can talk about FISpace. It's a collaboration. It's a future internet business collaboration network in agri-food, and therefore FISpace can be defined as follows. May I have the next slide? Well, as said before, FISpace is a Facebook-like platform or an ecosystem that provides easy and affordable ICT support for business collaboration processing, and it encompasses a number of functionalities. First of all, as also indicated by Jacques, it's about information provisioning for business collaboration processes and this supporting a great many instances of business processes. And all of you know, of course, that businesses are in agri-food, for example, in agri-food supply chain networks, they are involved in all kinds of horizontal and vertical cooperation processes, and each of these processes is in need of a good information provisioning. So that is the main target of the project. If you look at it, the second thing, it's about finding and connecting and using a wealth of data sources coming from IoT services, legacy systems, and business to business. The third point is which we are not allowed to forget. It's about finding, connecting to, and using data from government agencies, and that is two-directional. Many instances in many countries nowadays we talk about a one-directional relationship, which basically means from business to government, and nothing comes in return. In this particular case, we also aim at supporting the other way around. And of course, if we talk about apps, because that's the talk about apps and LinkedIn and etc., then we have to talk about apps, and apps requires a development platform. So we have to provide for an app, a platform for app developers, and we have also talked about a platform for business architects or business engineers who are involved in bringing about configurations of, it basically means combinations of all kinds of apps and connections with data sources that support the business processes that I have addressed before. If this functionality is being provided, then we are a real winner if we are capable of doing that in an affordable way. And as indicated also by the project until to date, we can say yes, we can, and it will have a huge impact. Let's go to the next slide. One of the things you can imagine is something like a front end of the system, which would look like this is more like a marketing picture, but you can see a number of items being displayed on this display, and it basically indicates the kind of functionalities that people might get access to using, let's say, a single point of entry provided by the platform or the ecosystem. Next slide. Let's go to a simple example, just to give you a feeling as to what it basically entails. If you look at this picture, smart farming in the cloud, then this smart farming in the cloud basically indicates as to what it is all about. On the lower side, you see, let's say, the operational level on the farm and the operational level on the farm. Then you see a number of sensors, you see a number of actuators. Something goes wrong, isn't it?
No.
I think that people need to mute their phone. Someone is not muting the phone, so please. Yeah.
Can I continue?
Yes, please continue.
Okay. If you look at it on the lower side of the slide, you see, let's say, the operational level of the farm with sensors, actuators, data sources, basically also indicated by the term of Internet of Things. On the middle level, you see the level of the of FISpace. In fact, FISpace making use, of course, of a number of all kinds of gadgets and services. It is connected to FiWare. It provides for a FISpace app store. It has a real-time business-to-business collaboration core. Of course, that is the engine that drives the support of a collaboration model between the actors involved. And on the top level, you see depicted what is involved in this particular case. So you have, for example, spraying advisory services. You have an e-agricultural service for spraying potatoes, meteorological data service, state and policy information services. Well, also, for example, depicting the connection with government agencies. You have something about machine breakdown services, and of course, not to forget in this particular instance is the farm management information system, which basically is the core of information provisioning for a farm. Let's go to the next slide, please. If you look at the if we have the type of functionality that we would like to bring about, then basically there are two major mechanisms available to the developers and to the users. If you look at the technical overall platform approach, then on the lower side you see FiWare, and with all the functionalities that are being provided by FiWare. In the middle, you see, let's say, the concept of FISpace as an extensible SaaS with two mechanisms. One mechanism is the mechanism of the apps, the extension mechanism. And if you have a number of apps that are being developed and are being incorporated into, and can be incorporated, of course, using the tools being made available, and can be incorporated into the platform. And, of course, one of the big mechanisms of importance is the collaboration models, the collaboration model entities. These entities, they constitute the second mechanism, and these are configurable collaborative workflows, and those workflows also are used to combine the apps into what we would like to call a composite apps that are supporting those collaborative workflows. Okay, let's go to the next slide. If you look at the architecture in terms of FISpace modules, then on this picture you can see what the FISpace modules do entail. Of course, we do have to have a user front end. We have to get into the system somewhere. We have an app store that we already discussed as far as functionality is concerned. We have to do with the business collaboration modules, and of course then we have to do with the business collaboration core, because that has to be handled by the software. And a very important part of it has to interface with a great many devices. It has to integrate with all kinds of services. It has to integrate with all kinds of data sources and legacy systems, and that is being provided by the system and data integration layer. Let's go to the next one.